Hello everybody. Yep, same clothes as Happy Mail Monday because all the recording in one day for the win. Something like that. I do not have this planned at all. Just so you know, I meant to write down some notes. I meant to do some sort of organization, but I just do not have this planned at all. And yeah, I was going to wait to see if people actually wanted to hear this, but I'm going to make the vlog just in case people do. And if they do, I will post it. And if they don't, I will just have done a visual diary sort of thing anyway. So, hi everyone. I know that if I miss a Happy Mail Monday here and there, or if I miss a review day here and there, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I feel horrible because I feel like I have a duty and responsibility to to people, because people send me mail and send me zines for review, and I feel horrible constantly. Well, not constantly, but I feel horrible a lot because I have so many zines to review, and like people are waiting months to get their zine reviewed because I'm only doing 2 zine reviews a week, and I don't know how to increase that number right now because I'm so scattered and there's so much going on and everything. So so what's going on? I guess too that I wanted to do this as a sort of catch up as well, because I like talking to you, and I have not had I've had the ability to do the podcast here and there, but I don't want to start it unless I can do it consistently. And that's why I haven't restarted the podcast, The Zine Collector. But I do miss these kind of more chatty things. I know I chat in Happy Mail Monday, but I do try to keep it somewhat related to the zines in the mail that have come in. And this is more of a casual thing. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do all the things that I want to do. But it's becoming more and more apparent that I can't do everything as much as I want to, and I desperately want to. I don't know what's driving the factor so much in my life, but I want to do all the things so much. I want to do Happy Mail Monday and podcast and done doing dreaming, and I have plans for other small YouTube series that will also be for another podcast. Like, there's so many things I want to do, not to mention that I want to actually be making zines. I make the missives, but that's been about it for a while, and I miss making zines so much, and I miss writing creatively, and I have all these things I want to do, and I'm not good at balancing my time. I will fully admit that I'm really not, but recent things have also made me realize that I just can't do all the things. And yes, so I'll get into it. I will get into it. Recently, it's become really apparent that I need to take at least one day off a week. And I know, like, you're probably thinking, you don't take days off, Nix, and you, like, all you're doing is this. And believe me, I have that tirade going on in my mind a lot. You only do this. And yeah, that's my own way of berating me. Berating myself. You only do this. But I don't know. It fills my time so much. And yes, I don't use the word workaholic lightly. I usually need to be doing something. I have a hard time sitting down and not doing anything. Like, you can ask Wanderer, like, sitting down trying to just watch. I can't just sit and watch a TV show. I actually have fidgets. I have a nice weighted fidget spinner, but highly recommend you get a weighted fidget spinner, just as an aside. But just because I need at least that. I need to be doing. But usually I have my notebooks and I'm doing this or that or the other thing. Well, even though I'd love to just sit down and watch a television show. I can't just sit and watch. Anyway, tangent. So I'm a little bit of a workaholic. But I need to chill out. I need to stress less, and I need to figure out what's the most important to me, and then leave the rest, no matter how much it hurts, and then figure out how to organize my time in a way that also schedules time off for me, because I'm not good at taking time off. I even usually eat while I'm working. I usually forget to eat, to be honest. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I do often forget to eat. But when I do eat, I will have meals while I'm working, while I'm editing a video, or while I'm editing photos of zines or anything like that, or doing other work. I usually I don't even stop to eat, and it's become ever more apparent that that's not okay, and I can't keep living my life this way. I'm 35, and yeah. Anyway, so what I'm getting around to is, as I've been clear about on this channel before, I have depression and anxiety, and I'm handling those pretty decently. It's hard to find someone you work with well, but I fully support seeing a therapist, talking to someone. If you're able to, it's awesome. And I understand that not everybody can because of costs or time or location or anything like that, but definitely at least try to seek out possibilities, because it can be very life-changing. I'm also still taking antidepressants, because I don't think that's anything that should make anyone feel ashamed. And yes, I have had the "are you off your meds" thrown in my face, and that really sucks. But even so, I'm here and I'm sitting here and I'm saying I'm on antidepressants because it helps me not do the bad things. But the big thing that has come up after years of this isn't quite right, that isn't quite right, I don't quite understand this, and I don't quite understand that, with various doctors. You know, why am I tired all the time? Why do I get sick at the drop of a hat? And like all of these things. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I have an autoimmune disorder. And it's really weird for me to say that, because I don't know. You spend so long thinking, I'm just crazy, or I'm just a hypochondriac, or I'm just weird, or I'm just broken. And to have finally had a doctor look at my results and look at the results. I saw a doctor who tried me on a certain medication to see what would happen, very short term, but to see what would happen. And I improved so much over the course of just those few days. Not few days, it was like a week. But over the course of that week, it was made such a difference with that treatment. And then, to have that doctor try that and then look at all my blood test results, because I had an autoimmune screening, and just go, well, duh. Yeah, it's autoimmune. It was so weird, and it's still not quite real for me. It hasn't really sunk in. And it's hard because people... we like labels. We tend to like labels. It's this, it's this, it's this. But with autoimmune disorders, there's about 80 to 100 of them. Like, you've probably heard of rheumatoid arthritis. You've probably heard of celiac disease. You've probably heard of lupus. And an autoimmune disorder very much depends on... An autoimmune disorder is basically... to put it very, very simply, is your body attacks itself. Like with celiac, the body will attack the intestines, I believe, or the whole digestive system. Don't quote me, I'm not sure. There's an autoimmune disorder where it attacks the blood. There's another one, rheumatoid arthritis. The body attacks its own joints and and things like that. I'm not very well versed, so I don't want to say too much, because basically it came up as a possibility, but I was so used to being shoved off and dismissed. Like, oh, if you're still feeling like crap, come back in a month. And, well, I did that for a long time. I didn't get second opinions. I didn't push things. I didn't say, I can't afford to need to sleep more than I'm awake during a single day. That sort of thing. And so while I don't have a specific label, and that's hard, it's just I have an autoimmune disorder, and we're still going from there. It's been big news for me, kind of going, oh, there actually is a reason. And I actually told one of my close friends that I had an autoimmune disorder, and I explained to him what it is. And this is just our kind of friendship, but he just burst out laughing, and he's just like, "It's so figures. Of course you would have, a disorder where your body attacks itself because." And anyway, it doesn't. It's not as bad as that probably sounds. It was a laughable moment, but yes, it's I'm still learning a lot. I was so over investigating possibilities that came up that I didn't allow myself to start researching autoimmune disorders and everything. So I just got the news, and so I'm just starting to really learn about things and what I can do and what I need to start keeping track of and all that stuff. So that's me. And I feel like sometimes I feel like it would be easier if it was, hey, you have lupus, it has a name. It's not just, and I'm not meant to be degrading to anybody else who has an unnamed autoimmune disorder. But I just mean that it's a little bit tough when you don't have a specific name, but you're going through all these things and you just know that it's a disorder. Anyway. See, I told you I have no plans for this. I'm rambling big time. But I will wrap it up because I've been rambling so much. But I wanted to let you know, because I've always been open about mental health issues, and I feel like it's important to be open about those things, because they're the they're the mental conditions that, you can look at somebody and you can't see that they have depression. You can't see that they have anxiety, or, well, not always. You might be able to guess sometimes, but you know what I mean. And so at first I was like, I don't really want to tell anybody. I don't really want to share this. And I don't feel like I have to, but I just thought, why is a physical condition different? It's a physical condition that you can't tell I have by looking at me. You could probably guess about PCOS, I guess. But, yeah. And so I suppose it was that. You can't see it. So I'd like to be able to talk about it, and I'd like people to know that I'm not just fluffing off things because I don't get paid for this or things like that. Basically I come to, like, if I have a day when I'm struggling with depression, I don't want to review a zine because I don't want my depression to influence what I'm reading. And the same goes with making a video. If I am struggling with tiredness or pain, I don't want my pain to influence my enthusiasm about the mail. So sometimes I will have mail, and I just won't do a Happy Mail Monday because I just feel like being in pain while I'm trying to show you the awesomeness is a disservice to the people who have paid the postage to send me their zine in the first place. So that is me. And shout out to everybody anybody out there who has an unnamed autoimmune disorder and is dealing with things. Because autoimmune disorders suck. They affect people differently. They can give you pain and fatigue or headaches or organ pain, or it really depends on how your body is attacking itself. It can do it all over. It can do a specific organ. It's so many different things, which is probably why there are like 80 to 100 different autoimmune disorders. So yes, here I am. And that's me. And maybe this is boring and maybe this is just like, but I did want to share with you because for a number of reasons. So you know that I still have all the love and respect for zines and mail and everything that I have always wanted to do, show and express. So you know that I do want to do all of the things, but I'm just struggling to figure out how with everything that's going on. And yeah, just if anybody else is struggling, because it's hard and people are going through things. Everybody's going through something, and I think a lot of people need to recognize that and be a little gentler with each other. But anyway, I won't get on that particular soapbox because then I'll talk for another 20 minutes. Yes, that is me. And yeah, I mean, it's so weird. It's bad. It's not great news. But it's also, I'm happy to finally have an answer. I really am. So here we are. And there you are. And now you know what's up and what's happening and all that stuff. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I plan on being here for a long time. As long as you're bearing with me. And I can bear with myself. So thank you. And I will see you next time. And if you have any suggestions for anything, please let me know for podcast topics and everything. Obviously I don't know when I'll be coming back with the zines. I don't know when I'll be coming back with the podcast or any other podcast or anything, but I do write everything down. So I do get to things eventually. even reviews and everything. So many zines. And I am sorry for every delay. If you are waiting on anything specific, please feel free to get in touch with me to talk about anything with that sort of thing. If you have a zine that you wanted reviewed, if you have a podcast topic you want talked about, but if there was anything that you needed to check in about dates or anything, or wanted me to be like, hey, I've got issue 2 coming out on June 1st. Can you review this by then? Just, yeah, feel free. Be gentle, but feel free. Because, yeah, I'm kind of struggling to float over here, but I'm figuring it out. So, yeah. Anyway, I will wrap it up and say thank you for listening and everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you for existing. I appreciate that you exist. And until next time, make some zines, have some fun, be gentle with yourself, give yourself permission to do what you need to do to live the best quality of life that you can, and spread a little sunshine. Ramble. I do really miss the podcast, but it's kind of like, there's research that goes into everyone, and I was like, maybe I could just have some sort of chat, something regularly, like a YouTube live or something. I don't know. I'll think about it. If you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. All that good stuff.